It's a girl. She's mighty pretty. She's beautiful.
After months of controversy, it looks like the crown has officially slipped. Rachel Zegler, once hailed as Disney's rising star, is now at the center of a cinematic catastrophe. The live-action Snow White remake, originally positioned to be Disney's next billion-dollar baby, is quickly becoming a full-scale box office disaster. Directed by Mark Webb and starring Gal Gadot as the evil queen, the film had all the ingredients for a smash hit. But instead of magic and happily ever afters, Disney is dealing with a financial horror show. With a jaw-dropping budget of $250 million, Snow White only managed to rake in $43 million during its opening weekend. That's not a hit, that's a public execution. And let's just say, social media is bringing the flames.
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
No, he's gonna turn around. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Wow.
From memes and TikToks to furious rants, the internet is coming for Rachel Zegler with digital pitchforks. And now, rumors are swirling that Disney is quietly pulling the film from certain international theaters after dismal performance reports. Comedian Chrissy Mayer lit the fuse on March 18th with a viral post. Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. 0 tickets sold. The screenshot showed a nearly empty IMAX theater at AMC Tyson's Corner 16, one of the busiest cinemas in the DC area. Another post from the same weekend revealed only 5 tickets sold during prime family movie hours. That's not a red flag, that's a 5-alarm fire. To make matters worse, reports surfaced that Zegler herself went to see the film with a few friends, only to find the theater almost completely empty. Discount Tuesday prices couldn't even save it. A video from the moment shows someone cheering as the movie starts and panning to Rachel, who gives a shy laugh and claps for herself in a sea of empty seats. Brutal.
They should get Doge looking at this movie. They spent $250 million making that movie.
But even Joe Rogan weighed in. On the Joe Rogan Experience, he and comedian Kurt Metzger roasted the film, calling out the absurd $250 million budget and Disney's questionable casting decisions. Rogan didn't name Rachel directly, but he didn't have to. The criticism was loud and clear. Handing such a massive project to a young actress with no media training, it backfired hard.
But imagine you spend $250 million and you get some young girl and you don't kind of talk to her about like, hey, don't get political. You're young. And I know you have opinions about things, but should be just about the movie.
This disaster had been building for a while. From the moment Zegler, a Latina actress, was cast as Snow White, backlash exploded online. Critics argued she didn't match the classic, pale-skinned princess image, a repeat of the outrage Halle Bailey faced when she was cast as Ariel. But instead of calming the storm, Zegler threw fuel on the fire. In a now-deleted post, she clapped back at critics with sarcasm. Yes, I am Snow White. No, I'm not bleaching my skin for the role. She went further, labeling her haters as losers obsessed with cartoon bloodline purity. In a 2022 interview with Andrew Garfield, she admitted she was trending not for her talent, but for the controversy. And in another interview with Extra, she slammed the original 1937 Snow White film as weird. That didn't go over well with Disney diehards.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Sure, Disney had hinted at a modernized take, but Zegler's comments made it sound like the beloved classic was being completely rewritten. And fans weren't thrilled. Instead of seeing her as a bold, empowered reimagining of the character, audiences saw her as disrespecting the original. The internet clapped back hard. One viral post summed it up perfectly. If you hate the story so much, why take the role?
Not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
But Zegler doubled down. In a Vanity Fair interview, she confirmed the remake was PC Snow White and said it needed that update. She added, "It's an 85-year-old cartoon. Our version is about a young woman who wants more than someday my prince will come." Whether you see her as a fearless feminist or a Disney disaster, one thing was clear: audiences weren't buying it. 2 years later, in a Variety profile, Zegler finally admitted the backlash had hurt. "It made me sad," she said, claiming her comments were misunderstood and never meant to bash romance or fairy tales.
In the scenes, you guys know as well as I do that those executives like Spielberg are looking at that saying, Rachel Zegler can F right off.
But the damage was done. Even Disney seemed to be getting uncomfortable. After Zegler posted a politically charged tweet following the trailer's release, insiders say producer Mark Platt flew to New York for a one-on-one meeting with her. Reportedly, Disney urged her to take the post down due to concerns about global market backlash. She refused. She didn't delete it. She didn't apologize. Meanwhile, co-star Gal Gadot, on the other side of the political spectrum, was caught in the crossfire and needed extra security due to the online fallout.
Zegler also faced blowback after posting Free Palestine. Gadot is from Israel and served in the Israeli army.
Things got so tense that Disney reportedly hired a full-time social media manager just to monitor Zegler's online activity. The studio also scrapped the traditional Hollywood premiere, opting for a low-key, highly controlled event. Zegler and Gadot didn't even appear together on the press tour. While Rachel was off in Spain performing a new song, Gadot was nowhere in sight. With fans turning against the film, co-stars keeping their distance, and Disney's PR team scrambling, blame naturally started falling on Zegler. But not everyone agreed she was the main problem.
Progressive in one way, but you're still making that in backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. What the
Comedian Kurt Metzger made a compelling point. Sure, she might not be the best casting choice, but she didn't write that script. And he's not wrong. One of the most criticized elements of the film, the redesigned dwarfs, wasn't her call. Instead of casting 7 actors with dwarfism, Disney controversially chose to CGI the dwarfs, with actor Martin Kleba reportedly playing all 7. The backlash was swift, with even Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage calling the decision backwards. Despite Disney claiming they consulted with members of the dwarfism community, the damage had been done.